I'm Sir Karl Jenkins, and I'm a composer of music. We're here because in this building, the Royal Academy of Music, 3 years ago, Frances sculpted me in public. But tonight is the unveiling of the piece.
So the Royal Academy of Music is the oldest conservatoire in the English-speaking world. We're 200 years old this year. And we've got a long track record of training famous musicians, from Sir Elton John to Sir Simon Rattle, then Evelyn Glennie, Sheku Kenna Mason and Jacob Collier amongst the younger generation, and hopefully it'll go on for at least another 200 years.
I was a student here in 1966. Well, it meant a lot. I did my initial degree in Cardiff University, so this was a postgraduate here, so it was great to be in London, which was another reason to come up. And I was involved in jazz a lot at that time, and I played around London.
Well, Sir Karl is one of our most distinguished alumni. There are very few composers in the world who are able to reach so many people so directly, to get so many humanitarian causes like peace and humanity and multi-ethnicity into their art, and he does it so powerfully. We're very proud of his achievements.
After my father died, who was a musician, I found it really hard to listen to classical music. And then one particular year, about 22 years ago, I heard some of Karl's music on the radio, and it was mind-blowing because it had this amazing effect on me. I absolutely loved it, and it was just not like everything else. So when it actually came to the time that I could actually sculpt Sir Karl, it was just wonderful.
So the event 3 years ago, there was a concert of Karl's music going on the stage of the Duke's Hall, which is our main venue. And while this was going on, Karl was sitting there being sculpted by Frances. And it was clear, as she has said, that she was really inspired by being in the thick of the musical performance as well.
It's incredible because when you think of pandemic, it's like 2 or 3 years out of everyone's life, really. Like, you know, you think back, oh, that was 2 years ago, and then you realize it was 5 years ago, you know, because the years just disappeared. It's kind of weird, but everyone I speak to has the same feeling about it.
It was incredible to see the fluency and the energy that she brought to the process. And there's real character in the outcome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's the first thing is it's a likeness, which is not always the case, you know, but she brings something else to it as well. And this one of me I found it's like an extra dimension to it, because the eyes were blue, which you didn't expect to see in a bust. There's usually no eyes, I think, I don't know. And also, she borrowed not these specs, my other specs. She had them copied, the frame copied, and they're on the metal is on the bronze as well. So it's quite unusual, I think, in a good way. It's brilliant.
The sculpture seems to me to really capture the way in which Karl is concerned with the future of humanity and the sort of benign view that he takes of all the things that are going on in the world. I think it's the sort of sculpture that if you walked up to it in a museum and you think, I'd really like to meet that person and get to know them.
I'm absolutely thrilled with the way it's turned out. I couldn't believe how quickly I sculpted it on the stage and how quickly it looked exactly like him. And it must have been the music playing in the background, because I was just taken away with it. It was just, I was in a different world.
It's clear that she has music in her very fibre. She understands musicians, and that comes across so much in the way that she's able to depict them. The bust is going to live in one of our main public rooms, where it'll be seen by students and staff, but also by visitors to the Academy. And it joins a collection of lots of busts of distinguished musicians. I mean, the latest one that we had before this was Sir Harrison Birtwistle, the great contemporary composer. And we've got Beethoven, Handel, Sir Arthur Sullivan, who was a student at the Academy in the 19th century. So it joins a great tradition of the depictions of leading musicians.
That's quite an honour, I guess, because quite a lot of celebrated people have come through here, you know, so it was good to be part of all that, really, and have some permanence here.